Welcome to a new Let's Play. We're doing Mega Man Legacy Collection to play through the Mega Man games. I'm not going to be playing through all of them in quick succession. But I'm Cloud.
I'm Jack. Landon. Say your name.
If I don't say anything, then I don't have to introduce myself.
Well, if he doesn't say anything...
It's too late for that.
Dang it!
Sure. Anyway, we're going to start with Mega Man 1. I'm using the Steam release of this game to play. I also have it playing in a...
You have the CRT filter on, I see.
Yeah. I have to.
You know what's wild?
Which one to use? Anyway, what's wild?
The last time we Let's Played a Mega Man game, was my first Let's Play.
It's true.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Mega Man 1. So, if you haven't played a Mega Man game, and you probably have if you're watching this, but in any case, since we haven't done a Mega Man game in forever, since you can pick and choose which order you want to take on the Robot Masters, you can typically play the game in any order you want, although there's typically a preferred order generally of what you want to be doing in what order. In this game, you generally want to do either this stage, which is Bomb Man's level, or Cut Man's stage first. If you don't want to have to do any repeats of going back to a stage, more on that later, you'll want to start with Bomb Man. So that's what we're doing. The stage is easy, the boss is easy to figure out once you know the trick, so figured might as well.
I love how awkward looking the artwork is on the sidebars.
It's awful.
Like Roll especially.
Yeah, Roll's the
Oh,
one.
shit.
Oops.
So welcome to our Mega Man Let's Play.
Yeah.
My name's Landon.
I left this little bit in partially on accident, partially on purpose to show that the Legacy Collection does give you a bunch of little things that you can use in the pause menu. You can reset the game from there, you can save a game, and then you can reload that save, so you have you have one save state per game basically. And you can also change your controller settings and a bunch of other stuff there. I don't go too deep into showing all that stuff off. Maybe I will when we do other Mega Man games. It's not really necessary though. But I figured you might as well see me die at least once, and also find out how I'm going to be haxing this game, because there's no fucking way that I'm going to get through this game without it.
But anyway, I was going to say, Dr. Wily, or not Dr. Wily, Dr. Light looks like he's 3.5 feet tall, and that he has a tongue sticking out of his beard below his mouth. And Roll looks like the head of a 30-year-old woman on the body of a 5-year-old girl.
It looks like someone hit her upside the head with the ugly stick.
Wow.
And then just didn't take it off.
It's not even that she's ugly, it's just that her head is way older than the rest of her body for some reason.
She just looks ugly for some reason.
I don't want to think about the implications that can be made here.
Which one, the ugly stick, or the fact that they ripped a 30-year-old
the
head
head
off
being
and stuck it on a small
way
child?
old? Oh no, I was thinking about a totally different possibility, but sure, we'll go with that one instead.
Bullet bills.
What?
Ah, shit. Those,
Ow.
they look like bullet bills.
Yeah, they, I can't remember what their names are. There's actually, I'll show it off at the end of the game, but there's actually a database for all the enemies, plus you can look at, art galleries and stuff, and using that database, you can actually check all the enemies' health, the damage that they can deal per attack, and also what their names are. Plus, if they have official artwork, they have artwork, otherwise they just use their in-game sprite. But, yeah, it's a pretty nifty collection. It's pretty much available on all platforms, so if you've ever wanted to play a Mega Man game, you can basically play it on whatever the hell you have access to.
You killed him by walking off the screen.
Yep. This game has a lot of weird quirks with off-screening things, to be honest. I should have mentioned that these green guys are Sniper Joes. They're a pretty iconic enemy that has a lot of health, a shield, and shows up in quite a few games of the series. Something else I didn't mention about this game that's kind of weird is that there's a score. It is not used in any of the other games, and it also is pretty meaningless. So welcome to Mega Man 1, where the points don't matter.
It's funny, because I was literally watching Who's Line while eating dinner.
So the trick to Bomb Man is, as long as you approach him while shooting, he will typically hop away from you. If he manages to throw a bomb, just jump over the bomb so the explosion doesn't hurt you. I mean, I got hit like a couple times, but honestly, it's not a hard fight. It's definitely I mean, you can literally do it with the Mega Buster, so that's why he's like an easy first pick for a stage.
Guts Man.
With Bomb Man's power up, we're actually gonna be able to beat Guts Man easier, so we're gonna do Guts Man stage next.
You know,
it should go without saying, the music of Mega Man is fucking amazing, by the way.
I
don't like this stage.
Yeah.
This stage sucks, yeah.
The falling physics are pretty dumb in this game in general, and this is like the worst case scenario of that. Because for some reason you fall faster if you get dropped down below.
Which makes zero sense, but...
Absolutely makes zero sense.
Also, fuck these guys.
Oh, yeah. But they're happy. They're big old smiles.
People who smile are awful.
Noted.
I have a thing against people's happiness.
Oh yeah, and referring to something that Jack was mentioning like way at the beginning, there are 3 options for filters for the Mega Man games in this collection. You can either do no filter, which to be honest looks kind of plain. You can do an old school TV filter, which is vomit inducing because it actually like makes all the sprites vibrate and they're all blurred, and it doesn't actually look good. And then there's this one, which is called monitor filter, which makes it look like you're playing it on like an old school TV, but you don't have the vomit inducing aspect of it.
Yeah, but I like vomiting. It's a pastime of mine.
It's a true American pastime.
Yeah.
Alright, so for Guts Man, what you want to do is you want to have Bomb Man's power up. And you want to pretty much just stay right over where you are and toss bombs as far as you can over to him so that they explode. And I recommend using that elevated area as a safety net, so that way there, if he tries to throw anything at you, you have an easier time jumping over it. But yeah, you throw a couple bombs at him and he just dies.
Poor Guts Man.
Poor Guts Man. But we get his power up, the super arm, which we can make use of in this next stage.
Which is...
If I select it, there we go. Cutman. Cutman's the other Robot Master you can feasibly take on first, although his boss fight's way harder. His stage is just about as easy, though, as Bomb Man's.
Yeah, but fuck these guys.
Yeah. The trick to them is don't move towards them.
The trick is jump and shoot.
It's the name of the game. Jump and shoot, man.
I thought it was Rockman.
Who?
Huh?
I'm sorry, Lennon. I only speak American.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Randy Keith's land.
His name is Megan.
It is Megan, man.
Here's a fun little tidbit. because I've worked at GameStop for almost 6 years now. For one of the cover arts for one of the Mega Man Legacy collections, I forget if it was this one or X, but they misprinted the spines to actually say Mega Man.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's Resident Evil Revelations all over again.
Yeah. It was just it was like the promo cover art, so it wasn't like the official stuff.
Oh, okay.
But it was still like, it was out there on the floor.
What the fuck, Capcom?
Those scissor things back there are one of the few things in this series that don't have official artwork.
Huh. Weird.
Aren't they just like the thing that is tied to Scissorman's head?
Scissorman.
Scissorman? You mean Cutman?
Yeah. No, I mean Scissorman.
From Clock Tower?
Yes.
Oh god.
When's that Redux?
More lore of gaming stooges being connected.
That Redux is probably whenever, ask Justin.
Yeah.
Got him? Did you get him?
Nope. Still no.
I don't want to get hurt by these guys.
And yet you still got hurt.
And I did. I was hoping that one of these guys would drop like a health bit, but honestly, these guys are stingy as shit.
I mean, most enemies in this game are. Especially these motherfuckers.
This isn't a bad game, but it's aged like milk.
I wouldn't
not
say
a
it
bad
aged
game.
like milk.
It's just an awful game.
Let's be real. If we had to compare this to the first Super Mario Brothers game, I think this game holds up pretty well.
I'd rather play Super Mario Brothers 1.
But this game definitely aged the worst out of all 6 of the NES Mega Man games. And considering you have 6 games to choose from, you probably don't need to play this one unless you really want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's, relatively speaking, I would say it's aged better than Metroid 1.
And yet, I'd still rather play Metroid 1.
I would rather play this.
I mean, I've played this before, and...
So have I.
I mean,
no,
that's really just opinions at that point. Tit for tat. This is Cutman.
Cut.
I had to restart this fight multiple times because this guy likes to jump around a fuck ton, and he throws out his scissors at you, and you have to jump at the right time, or else they will be able to, because they have like some pseudo tracking and they move pretty fast. But the idea here is if you go in with Gutsman's power up, you pick up the 2 blocks, and it only takes those 2 blocks to kill him. But if you miss, you're gonna have to resort to something else. We're gonna do Elec Man next.
This is a decent stage.
It's a decent stage, but it is a little tricky to get the jumping correctly because of Mega Man's physics and his move. He has like this weird, just the way that he walks.
Like I said,
So
it's a decent stage.
Yeah, but
Great
other
music.
than that, what's up?
Great music.
Oh yeah, the whole game has great music.
Zap.
I do like that this, and actually all the stages in this game, they have this neat thing where, like, depending on the order that you go in, some stages might allow you to take advantage of certain power-ups. We saw back in Cutman's stage, we could make use of the Guts Arm more if we wanted to throw some of the rocks, although some of those rocks are actually in spots where it's better to actually leave them there. But there's in a Bomb Man stage, and in this stage, we have those weird little guys that like run along the they have like these 2 spikes coming out, and they like run along the surface of a platform. It's much easier to kill them with the cutter than anything else, and the only other thing you can really use on them, Or, well, I mean, you could use Elec Man's power up, the Thunder Beam, I think it's called, or you could use the Hyper Bomb, but the Hyper Bomb is honestly a really bad power up in this game. Don't use the Hyper Bomb unless you absolutely have to. It's slow. I'm gonna go up the left path.
Ow.
Ow.
Ow. Those guys don't like you.
Yeah, you need to time your ascension up a ladder so you can, like, start hitting them right away. If you don't, the volley of lasers that they can throw at you just kind of piles up and it gets a little tricky.
You should probably explain how you refill the special power-ups.
True. I mean, if it wasn't blatantly obvious, by either there's sometimes drops on the ground, but most of the time, sometimes the enemies will drop them, just like they can drop the health power-ups. They look more like these, like, I don't know, they have, like, this weird, like, dual aura color to them, where there's, like, the inside of it is, like, there we go, is colored a lighter color than the outside of it, but it looks almost like a tube or something. I don't know. Ow.
You walked into that.
I did. Funny thing, if you are moving up the ladder, but you don't move continuously and you just kind of nudge it in one direction, Mega Man actually will not change what his animation. He'll just slide up the ladder.
Good.
Anyway, we ended up getting back there. We got the Magnet Beam. I didn't get to actually talk about it. The Magnet Beam can only be obtained in this level, and you need either the Guts Arm or you need the Thunder Beam, which is obtained from this boss fight. So that's why I recommended why they tend to recommend doing Bomb Man stage first, so you have an easier time of doing Guts Man, which then you can do Elec Man stage and get the Magnet Beam on your first go around of the level. It seems innocuous because it's just sitting there, and it's the only time in the main series that I can recall where this is the case, but it is required to beat the game. So if you don't get it, you have to come back for it before you take on the Wily Castle levels, because you literally can't get through some of the stages without it. Anyway, this is Elec Man.
It's Elec Man.
He dabs before we fight him, I guess. Use the cutter. He dies really fast if you do that. Otherwise, he's a pretty hard boss, actually, if you don't use that, because his Thunder Beam does a shit ton of damage.
Well, now he's dead.
He is dead. Now we're gonna take on Iceman's level next.
What are you gonna do? Just beat the game tonight?
Not in this part. This LP is 2 parts long. Spoilers.
Oh boy, how many games are we gonna finish before Spookfest?
Who knows? Because I might just take might just take the month off and let you guys upload stuff on my days, or maybe I'll do more of the Mega Man games. Who knows?
Well, maybe you? Maybe
that's up to you, dog.
Anyway, this is Iceman's level. You'll want to start by using the Thunder Beam, because that will be able to take out pretty much everything that's here with ease. And you'll want to make sure you save a lot of Magnet Beam energy, because there's a few spots coming up where it is technically possible to clear it without the Magnet Beam. But if you don't have the Magnet Beam, you'll want to kill yourself, so you probably won't be able to finish it. There's a invisible block platform segment here, and then there's another one coming up right down below, and that one makes me hate myself if I don't have the magnet beam, so we're gonna skip it. Because it makes you basically go all the way around in a row, and it takes forever to figure out the sequence. This area also is super fucking stupid if you don't have the magnet beam, because these guys fire around at each other, and you have to try to hop from platform to platform, but there's also enemies flying out. Yeah, no thanks.
You could have gotten that.
I wanted that. Oh, I didn't mention, but the magnet beam, you can control how long it goes. A short tap will be, like, basically one block. It basically goes in, like, I think, like 4, 5, or 6, like, lengths. And just the longer you hold it down, the more segments it'll make for one. And if you keep holding it, when it reaches its maximum, you can adjust the height that you're going to drop it at before you let go and it actually, like, puts it in place. So, it's pretty flexible. Yeah. Gonna save here. You can technically use this spot to farm if you want to farm for energy, extra lives, healing, whatever you need, just like... But we don't really need to farm anything right now. We're not, like, in that much of a need for it.
Maybe health
God
by the
damn
time
it.
we get to the back of that hallway. Oh, man.
It's Iceman!
There he is.
It's Ice Climber.
He throws up... yeah, oh boy, Ice Climber. He throws a bunch of ice at you. Use the Thunder Beam. Stand over there and just shoot it a bunch of times and he'll die. If you don't have the Thunder Beam, you're in for a bit of a rough fight because it is pretty hard to dodge those icicle shots. Last but not least, out of the Robot Masters in this game, we have Fireman.
Fireman.
Not related to actual firefighters.
What?
Oh yeah, and by the way, this is kind of weird because this game is the only one in the series that isn't on like the Game Boy, because the Game Boy can't handle that many levels. But this is the only major game in the series where you only have 6 Robot Masters. Most of the games have 8. God damn it, I didn't want to freeze you too. Go away, please. Thank you.
Ah.
Damn it all.
And I still managed to get hit. We'll be wanting to use the ice power-up, though, a bit. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. In this stage and in the couple of stages coming up after it, too. It's also Fireman's weakness, so we'll need to make sure we also save some energy for it. As you can see, the NES could barely handle all of this stuff happening on screen because my HUD is freaking the fuck out.
That's just normal for this game.
Ice Slasher is the name of the weapon.
Thank you. I decided to use the magnet beam to kind of cheese through some of this, and I still get hit.
It's because you made the magnet beam go away.
Yeah. Because if you switch off the magnet beam to anything else, it actually gets rid of your platforms. So don't do that.
Did you stand on that spot on purpose?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just been a while since I actually played this game, or any Mega Man game in particular, so...
I remember a couple years ago you just would run through a Mega Man game in a night, just because.
Just because. But it's been a while since I've done that. I still haven't played Mega Man 11. I probably should.
I surprisingly own that game.
You unsurprisingly haven't played it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Duh. I have standards.
So this spot here is pretty tricky. So this is why we just Magna Beam and we skip that shit, because I'm not trying to get hit by that. Because otherwise you'd have to pass in between the flames.
But Cloud, through the fire and the flames.
We carry on. When's that LP?
Just Guitar Hero 3.
Guitar Hero 3, yeah.
Dude, Guitar Hero 3 was great, but I don't really think rhythm games make for good Let's Plays.
No,
No, it'd be
not
a
at all.
live stream, though.
Yeah, maybe.
And instantly taken down live stream because of all the copyrighted music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Don't
just
need to
skip all
hear,
the songs and we just play through the cutscenes.
We just play all of the songs in silence.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we don't need Axl Rose bitching at us for playing Welcome to the Jungle on Twitch.
He should be lucky
I
that
should
our
probably just
3
go.
viewers get to listen to his music.
Yeah. Fuck you, Axl Rose.
Yeah, come at us.
Not for anything in particular, just fuck you.
Yeah.
Axl Rose is a dick.
We can go back and forth here if we want, and use this to farm, just like in Iceman stage. But whenever you're ready, you can go back over here, make sure you have the Ice Slasher equipped, and just fire it as fast as you can, because Fireman
Jesus Christ.
shoots these waves out, and they're fucking fast. You don't have a whole lot of opportunity to dodge, and if you do focus on dodging, you don't have a lot of opportunity to hit him. So, you just go in and kind of brute force it.
That's why you jump and shoot.
Dr. Willy.
Dr. Willy.
Dr. Willy.
What's he doing?
In the next part, we're going to be taking on Dr. Willy, but we've got a few stages to get through first before we can do that.
Oh boy.